Okay, so it's our summer outside time. There's no snow, except for the dandruff in Jim's hair a little bit. And what we're going to do is tell you a little bit about why we're different. We said before that we're a do-it-yourself type channel, and we are. But the thing that we bring to you is what's sitting in front of you, which is Ted and me, and I'm on the other side. We bring life experience to you guys. We don't bring an agenda. We don't bring a list of how to teach. We bring the experience of having lived all the age groups that we deal with, from 3 years on up to in their 70s, with me being going into 82 this season, Ted to 75. So we have all of that experience with us, and that's what we're dealing with on this channel. We're not saying that what we do is the only way to do it, but the way that we explain it, we think is a better way for you to understand it. So I'm going to let Ted kind of get into his own personal history on riding, not this, but your own personal history on riding. Did you have anybody helping you in your early days?
No, I was self-taught.
Okay.
And self-taught is like the list of problems is just endless.
Yes.
It's just endless.
So self-teaching is what a lot of people who watch this channel are doing. But where we have a problem is because you don't communicate back to us about what you feel or what you think or video on what you're doing, we can't really help you.
Or we have to look at it and figure it out.
And we can, if you will communicate.
Sometimes that works and sometimes it's hard.
Right. Now, I've had a few people who've taken lessons from a younger instructor or a younger person trying to teach them, and it didn't necessarily work. The younger person is teaching or taking care of groups in a lot of places, has the beginning information. Maybe they have even more advanced information, but they don't have the memory of being your age trying to do it.
That's something. Yes,
so therefore,
experience.
There's that old saying, with aging comes wisdom sometimes. And we know that with Ted and I, we have a hell of a lot of wisdom. We have a whole lot of different ways of looking at things and getting to the root problem that we see. Because we were already all of you on the other side of this channel. And I want to just get that across, because if you guys would actually, when you look at a video and stuff, go to the comment section, tell us what you experienced. Tell us what you are experiencing. We can answer those questions sight unseen by the description you give. Conversation and communications is what this channel should be about. We have quite a fairly good number, 1,225 subscribers. That's not a great number, but what we don't have is, 500 or 600 people, or even 100, asking us actual questions. Because what do? Who gets the most help from you, Ted?
Oh, when I'm doing a lesson, it's the person who's struggling the most.
But when you say doing a lesson, Ted's telling you he's met somebody on the hill, he's seen them struggling, and now he goes in with some ideas on how to fix that problem. Okay.
Jim has put a board in front of me, and on one side, I'm reading left to right, it's me, us, and then expectations. And that's such a beautiful way to put it in the beginning, because you come to the mountain, you've never put a snowboard on, what do you expect? And you come to the mountain and you've been on a snowboard and you've done some stuff, what now do you expect again? And are you making improvements somewhere, and do you expect a different result? And are you testing these results against what you expect and what you don't expect? And things come after you.
Right.
And it happens. So, but it's a lot of it is paying attention and not
right.
being distracted by a lot of nonsense.
And although we can lead you to water or lead you to the snow, we can't make you drink. We can't make you think.
Yeah.
And where we see that a lot, and Ted and I have experienced it over the years, we've gone out with a group of people or even a private here and there when we're in the instructional phase of a paid school program. And we go, wow, look how good they're doing. And then we leave them, we turn our head and look back out the door and we go, what are they doing? And it's nowhere the same as it was when we were in the present position, hands-on.
Yeah.
And it's because, Ted, tell us the quick one about a fellow instructor that you trained with. That's a funny story.
We went out with a supervisor, and she was working on our carving, and it was beautiful. And she's working and working. And these were jacket restrictions, so if you rode away and you performed according, you could wear your jacket to ride around the mountain. So we come to the jacket restriction test. We all do it. We all ride away. And Jessie looks back and we get down the bottom and she says, that was beautiful. Those were the prettiest turns I've ever seen any of you guys do. And one hucker in the group, he goes, good, now I can go back to where I usually do it.
Yeah, and that's
all back foot riding.
That's pretty common.
All back foot riding. You know, she showed him a carve. He completed a carve. He didn't really care.
Right. So anyhow, we're going to kind of sign off on this one. This is just one that lets you know a little bit about who you're dealing with here, because we don't know who we're dealing with because you're not talking to us. So comment, ask questions. I do have 5 or 6 people that always comment on a video. They say something about they're out or they haven't been out, but we don't get very many people ask questions about, hey, I'm struggling. And by the way, Ted and I are still struggling too. We're struggling in a reverse order, and we're going to talk about that next. So shred ahead. We're out.
Shred ahead.